FC Platinum on top, courtesy of a brace by Muvirimi. That's all they needed to walk past their rivals, Ngezi Platinum Stars, in that first installment of the Platinum Derby this season. Pure Platinum Play are the only side that has managed to collect maximum points in their first two games of the season. And their head coach, Norman Mapeza, was full of praise for the former Harare City man who joined FC Platinum as a free agent after leaving Botswana club Orapa United.
I knew exactly what he was going to give us when I brought him here. He brings another dimension to our attack. The way he keeps the ball, the way he runs into space, you know, the way he brings other players into play. It's just massive, just massive. He's a very good player. I have to be honest with you, Muvirimi is a very good player. He's very intelligent. But I think well done to the boys. You know, if you look at Wallace, he was superb today. Our Bongeni was brilliant today, you know.
That's FC Platinum coach Norman Mapeza. They're full of praises for his team. Now he's trying to pick players besides Wilfred. Mbongeni Ndlovu, he joined recently from Highlanders. Magalani is now the skipper, hey? And I'm sure he did well. Vero, you were there. You know, the amount of raids that he thwarted from Ngezi Platinum Stars. But you kind of feel like FC Platinum, yes, they won the game, but they were not in control.
It was actually Ngezi in control. That's how I felt on the day. Just that the few chances that FC Platinum managed to create, they converted. Unfortunately for Ngezi, they could create, but they couldn't. Their finishing was just not okay on the day. But in terms of play, I felt Ngezi were dominating. Without taking anything away from them, from the past two games that they've played, I feel Ngezi, they are a good team.
We will go to Ngezi, but I just want your assessment on the FC Platinum team. What did you think? I'm sure it was your first time to watch them.
Yeah.
Are they the same team that we saw getting 4 straight league titles? What did you think overall of the team?
I think Norman has assembled a strong squad, which I cannot really say they are different from that trailblazing FC Platinum that won the titles. Save that, maybe there is still that rawness that you can still feel that you can still see in them. Something that is not so flowing like the old Platinum. But I think give them 4 or 5 matches from now, they'll be flowing. Because you can tell from the way they trust each other. They have that way of sitting back. They calculate everything that they do. But though they are not yet that swift. Their play it's not yet flowing, but you can tell that something is coming.
There are 3 new players that we saw. Wilfred Muvirimi scoring a brace, Mbongeni Ndlovu solid as a centre half, then Davison Maro on one of the wings. What did you think about those players?
I think they've become very comfortable very early in the Platinum camp, considering like Davison, where he's coming from, joining Platinum. Anyone would have expected it to be a mammoth task for him, but he has found his spot in the starting 11. Mbongeni feels so comfortable with Platinum. Muvirimi, everyone saw what he did at the weekend, and the fact that they had to play the 90 minutes, it means the coach is very confident with what they bring on the table.
Meanwhile, Ngezi Platinum Stars, who are the champions, are yet to win as they've 1 point from 2 matches. At this stage last season, they had 2 points, and despite the defeat, Ngezi Platinum Stars coach Tekshua Chiragwi was happy with his team's performance, insisting that results would come.
I think it's a game on, and we still have more time to make sure we work on our weak areas. Like I've said, second game, we're still identifying where we are getting it wrong, and we have to try to improve where we're getting it wrong. So we still have more time to make sure we can improve on that, and we work more on our finishing. But the most important thing is these players are getting into the correct positions of scoring, and also are creating wing play that is going to give us a good crosses from the wingers, and also direct attacking. We are doing everything, but sometimes it's the responsibility of the players to make sure when they get to the correct percent of scoring, they have to make sure they can finish off.
Tekshua Chiragwi, he's the coach at Ngezi Platinum Stars. I know he's the reigning coach of the year, and 2 games, 1 point. They are the champions. Is this stuff synonymous with champions?
I don't think there's anything to worry about from an Ngezi Platinum Stars perspective.
Are you sure?
Yes. You're asking for my opinion.
Yeah.
Do you want me to give you a yellow card?
No. I just want you to be sure.
I am 100% sure, because I think you look at the way they've played the games that they've played so far this season. I think they've played a good, positive brand of football. It's just that maybe, unlike what we saw with FC Platinum, where they had a Muvirimi who was lethal and deadly and took his chances, I think that's what's missing right now. And you have to feel for them, because they brought in Demera and Obio Chirin, and for some reason we haven't seen Obio playing. You can only imagine that if a player like that then comes into that system where Ngezi Platinum Stars is creating chance after chance, then it's going to click. Remember last season as well, they had a slow start in the league. I think because of what they did last season, the expectation is that they'll hit the ground running and just cruise. But we've seen, even when FC Platinum were defending their titles, and that over those 4 seasons, they always struggled at the beginning. I think the worrying thing, maybe if I was just to go back a little bit to FC Platinum, is that, like everybody was rightly calling out, they're not at their best, probably operating in 3rd gear, but they're already picking up wins. And you can imagine what will happen now when they finally smoothen out the kinks and can go forward. And then maybe when it comes to Muvirimi, I'm excited, but I remember this time last season, we were talking about Jarrison Selemani. And then, by the time the season ended, he was a big part player. So I hope for his sake, and maybe even for FC Platinum's chances, because he looks like a proper striker, that he can build on that consistency. Because for a team like FC Platinum, with how organized they are, if they're...
How did you weave yourself to FC Platinum?
No, because I wanted...
From Ngezi, how?
Why did Jamba? They're going to reverse.
Last week, he clearly said that he's a fan of Norman Mapeza.
Yeah, I see. I can
So
see
he has
that.
to
I
find
can
his
see
way
that.
back
Yeah.
there.
Norman do border, but I was speaking said.
Anyway, forget that. So we've got the defending champions here, and crucially, what he's talking about, a slow start. He has given us, examples of FC Platinum, even Ngezi themselves last season. They had 4 draws in the opening 4 matches, but this time 1 draw, 1 loss. Is everything okay?
Yeah, we might say everything is okay, Howard. And remember, when you're defending champions, you really want to do better, better from what you did last season. You really need to start winning games, especially those first 2 games. They'll give you confidence, going forward. And if you look at Ngezi, I think when they won in the Challenge Cup, everyone was saying, yeah, I think now, and it is the year, Yaguti, they can continue, especially with the acquisitions that Coach Tekshwa Chiragwi did.
It's your premier football show, The Couch, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Konapo, Ipapo, Pazetium Prime, DSV channel 294, the place to be.